Yeah, Davion, how are you? Uh, I wondered, I think people perceive you as a guy that can bring experience that you've been in the arena, so to speak. What does that mean in your mind? How can that make a difference for Kentucky?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. But yeah, absolutely. I've been a guy that it's been in a similar environment. I know that BBN is a little different. It's huge out here. It's a religion, as they say, and it was very similar to how people cared and supported at Creighton. Like a team with no professional sport in the state. So for us, for me, I mean, I've been a guy that's played in big games, played against top ranked teams, and been through the hundreds of college practices, hundreds of games. So I mean, looking to bring this team, everything that I've been through.
All right, next up we'll go with Kyle Tucker at The Athletic. Kyle, you should be unmuted.
Yeah, Davion, I just wondered, just having whatever you've seen of this team so far and the talent that's around you. I mean, you're coming from a program that had some really high-end talent as well and has some high expectations, even after you left. Just having seen what good college basketball players look like, what do you think of this roster that's around you?
Oh yeah, it's definitely elite. I mean, from being a guy that has been around multiple NBA players that I played college with, a lot of guys that play high level overseas. I mean, this is a team that that took me a few years to see. Being in college, seeing that, but like I'm seeing that talent immediately here. Out of freshmen, guys that's playing similar to guys that went to the NBA after me playing a few years with them. So I mean, it's definitely a special group. Guys are definitely backing up what their resume said, and I mean it's just very exciting.
Next up we'll go Lee K. Howard. Go ahead, Lee.
Davion, Cal's had some success with Reed Travis and Nate Sestina in the past, and they were kind of not only provided some good play on the court, but they were also good leaders. Do you kind of see yourself in that same role with this group because you're kind of the old guy now?
Yeah, I mean, I still look at myself young in the world, but yeah, definitely. I mean, like old being as an experience, but I think like my job is just going to be so much easier because this group that we have here is receptive to everything. Like they're always looking forward to advice, and they don't look at it as if I'm trying to tell them what to do. They're like, hey, let me listen to this guy. He's seen it maybe, or he's so. I think I mean, although I do bring a lot of experience, that it means nothing if guys aren't, willing to hear it. And that's what's special about this group. Everyone is willing to listen, and everyone's just trying to learn and be their best self. So like I said earlier, it's going to be a lot of fun and definitely excited.
All right, Larry Vaught, you're up next. Sorry, Larry, hold on a sec. There you go.
Okay. David, when I talked to Coach Justice about you, he said that you were really a guy that'd be good in the open court and was really good at getting the ball up ahead on the break and all. Wonder if you agree with him about that, and then what else do you think you do best that's going to help this team a lot?
Oh yeah, I mean, absolutely. Joel, I guess he kind of saw similar how we played at Creighton. We advanced it up the court really fast. We found an open guy. And for me, I think that I can be a guy that does it on both ends, can pass it up ahead or be the guy that's catching it, receiving it up ahead and making a play. I think with me, it's just versatility. I can do whatever's asked of me on the court. Have really like adopted a mature state to my games, especially like sitting out this past year. I feel like that I've added a different pace into my game to where we can play fast and really slow things down. So, I mean, like I said, I think that I let my game speak for itself when it's time to play.
All right, next up we'll go to William Kevorkian, and then John Hale, you got next. Go ahead, William.
After playing at Creighton, for 3 years, you're in the Big East. How does your game preparation now change at Kentucky in the SEC with respect to the opponents that you're playing?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of talent. in the Big East. Guys that have been, that's like in that conference, that's like a 3-4 year. I mean, you rarely ever have one and done. So, I mean, you're seeing the same guys that have gotten better every year. So for me, being challenged by those same group of guys and teams, if, know your game, know what you're bringing every night, I feel like that's a huge challenge. So, being somewhere where I'm kind of new, guys still have film on me, but being somewhere I'm new, I think that'll be fun for me. And it's prepared me a lot, just, being at this level, playing a high level basketball for 3-4 years.
All right, John Hale with Courier Journal, you're up.
Yeah, obviously, Davion, you had a really good team you just left, and they're going to be top 15, top 10 preseason. What was it about making this move that motivated you? What were you looking for in the new decision?
Just somewhere that, fit my playing style and somewhere just a different environment. It's just kind of like a job. You've been there for a few years and, you just feel in your heart it's time there's something else out there for you. I mean, still respect, love to them. I hope they, have a great season. But, it just prepared me well, being there and playing with those guys and playing in that system. But then there just always comes time for change that fits your new self. So that's what it was.
All right, John Wong, we'll go with you next, and Jerry, I'll circle back to you. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Davion. You seem to be a person who really enjoys passing the ball. Your turnover assist ratio, always very, very good. Could you just kind of tell us about your philosophy on getting the ball to the people who can score?
Yeah, I mean, I just try to make the right play, whatever that is. If that's an opportunity for someone else to score, someone else open, then that's what it'll be. If it's, an opportunity for me to finish it, that's what I'll do. But in all situations, I just try to make the best play and just to convert. I mean, no wasted possessions. So that's my philosophy.
All right, Jerry, I'm coming back to you. I always have problems unmuting you, so hold on. I'll let you know when you're through. Jerry, you might have to try on your end. I don't know why it doesn't work.
There we go. Yeah, I read where you can solve Rubik's Cube, and I wondered how old you were when you solved it, how much time and effort it took to do that. Is there a secret, way to do that?
YouTube is the secret. And it was actually a few months ago, honestly. So right at like the beginning of quarantine, was super bored, and then it was, it just happened that way. It was a story that I told a while ago. I was on a bus. I remember being on a bus in middle school, and all of the kids were solving it. And then I could never do it. I was always a kid that peeled stickers, moved pieces. I was just tired of it, and then now we're here.
All right, next up we'll go to Kent Spencer, WHS. Go ahead, Kent.
Yeah, Davion, you kind of just told John that, the why you left Creighton. When you chose Kentucky, I mean, this is in the middle of a pandemic, so you're kind of choosing a school simply by trust. Has there been a moment since you've arrived at campus when you said, this right here, this is why I chose this place?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I was just talking to my family the other day. There's no type of, when you've been through kind of what I've been through, there's no type of gimmicks, or there's nothing that anyone can say to kind of reel you into, why you chose a school. I think that like the quarantine actually did me a huge favor, because there wasn't any type of emotional attachments. I could, gravitate towards a school or do anything. It was all just, spoken word, trust, eye-to-eye Zoom calls, phone calls, just building actual genuine relationship. There was no, there were no, opportunity for me to see campus and fall in love with it that way. So for Kentucky, I mean, lots of phone calls with Coach Cal, lots of phone calls with the staff, and just, meeting the guys, knowing and, finding, comfort there. So, I mean, to answer your question, yeah, I immediately thought after a few weeks that, this is one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. And even so far, I mean, just coming in, challenging myself, getting better every day, no matter how it turns out, like there's no way I can lose. I've gotten so much better just by being here for a few months, and that's all I ask for. Everything else is a bonus. Just me coming in, being better every day, and becoming a better basketball player. That's what I wanted, and that's what I'm getting so far. And I don't think it'll stop now.
All right, next up, we'll go Jeff Drummond, and then Kyle, I'll circle back to you. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Davion. I was wondering, have you gotten used to your new coach yet? And what sort of things about Coach Cal may have surprised you since being here?
I don't know about used to yet. He's super energetic. Things change like really quick. He's always thinking. He loves the game. So there may be a different version of him tomorrow in a great way, or like not in a bad way at all. But he's always thinking on his toes. So there's always new elements he's adding every day. So I think there's a lot more I have to experience before I can say used to. But he's definitely fun to play for. I look forward to going to practice every day. Practice at 3 today. I'm excited. Can't stop thinking about it. And that's serious. It's very challenging. It's hard, but it's a fun culture. It's a fun place to be every day. And I'm sorry, I don't remember. What was the second part of the question you asked again?
Sorry, Jeff, unmuted you. Go ahead.
That's okay. Just if there's been anything that may be surprising from the outside looking in, is there something maybe you didn't know about Coach Cal that you picked up?
Yeah, honestly, being a college player already, being a high school player, Cal's the type of guy. He's a legend. His name speaks for itself. It's strong and holds weight. So you kind of you really look up to him in a way wow, it's like one of the gurus of basketball. And it just now having a personal relationship with him, he's one of the most humble guys. He's you just wouldn't know almost how significant he is to the game of basketball if you were to see how humble he was and how he treats himself and the respect of others around him. So I wouldn't say it surprised me, but it kind of did at the same time. It's just how he acts and how much he cares for us and how genuine it actually is.
All right, Kyle, we're going to go to you, and then Larry, I'll come back to you for a second question.
Yeah, Davey, I'm wondering, having gotten a look at these guys, who's somebody we're, a month into the season, we're all going to be talking about?
I'd be surprised if you weren't talking about everyone, honestly. It's everyone surprised me. With our length, guys just blocking shots. Isaiah Jackson, Lance Ware. I can name everyone on the team. Dante shooting the ball. Zan Payne had his best practice yesterday. And Devin Askew's playing well. Terrence shooting the ball. Brandon's playing really well. Just everyone. I'm not sure. I think anyone could surprise you on this roster.
Has any one guy had a moment that stands out to you as the most wow moment of this preseason so far?
I can't name one specific guy. I think our first practice, the only thing I can think about when you say a wow moment was the first practice. And it's I think no one was able to get layups. I think it was a moment where someone shot a layup and Lance smacked it off the backboard. Isaiah came back, smacked the same shot off the backboard, and Jacob grabbed it and threw it out of bounds. I know it sounds crazy, but it was insane, what was going on in there. And this was our first time ever playing together. So, this is a team where if you're playing against us, no layups. Either you come in to dunk it hard or you better float it or take threes because, not a lot is going on in that paint.
All right, we got about 5 more minutes, guys. I'm cycling back through these second questions. Larry, you're up next.
David, could you just talk a little bit about what it's been like practicing and playing so far with Devin Askew and what you think of his game?
Yeah, it's fun. It's good to be around a guy I've been playing for years, and coming into practice against a guy who's, not really wanting to go hard, who's not, going to compete every day, who doesn't, have interest in making you better every day. It's just not fun. So, having Devin there, having a guy who's very ambitious, who works hard, who's in the gym like myself, and like it's just like looking in the mirror every day, somebody who really wants to go hard, and it's super fun playing against him because I know he's going to compete every day. So, I mean, that's what it is.
All right, John Hale, coming back to you. Go ahead.
Davion, obviously you've been pretty vocal individually, and you guys as a team put out the Black Lives Matter video. I'm just wondering what was kind of your gauge on the response to all that, and being at a program like Kentucky where you have such a higher profile right now, how important is it for you to kind of voice some of those messages?
It's definitely important. I mean, especially when you have a stage, like this one. A lot of people are paying attention to what you're going to say. And, for our stance and what I try to tell the guys and what, our staff told us is, just do your part. Don't really, focus on the negativity or any type of feedback. I mean, as long as you put positive energy into the world, that's really all you can do. And, we've had a lot of great support from our community, a lot of great feedback that's coming in, to Coach Cal and some of the guys. And, on the other side, I mean, you have people, that doesn't necessarily agree with everything, but that's okay. I mean, that's the purpose, and that's the mission of, the awareness that we're trying to spread. So all we can do is just keep pushing and, keep providing, valid information and things like that. So.
All right, next up, we'll go with William Kevorkian. Go ahead, William.
From the perspective of a D1 basketball player, what were your thoughts on this past NBA Finals?
My favorite team won. I mean, I got to see, that's what it was. I was excited about that. But it was great. I mean, I saw a stat today. I can't remember the exact numbers, but just the fact that they've been in, the bubble for a couple months and, didn't have any positive tests. Like, that was amazing. How they constructed everything. And, that's just kind of what we're aspiring to do. And it was great to see like that. We could say like our league, was able to do something special like that and finish it all the way through. That was dope.
Guys, we're going to go to John Wong and then Jeff Drummond, and we might have time for one more, guys, if anybody's got a question that they want to ask. So go ahead, John.
Davion, I see that banner behind your shoulder. It looks good. What are your first Kentucky memories? I mean, you're from North Carolina. Did you follow Kentucky basketball when you were younger?
Oh, yeah. Who didn't? I mean, from John Wall going there, I think that was my first time seeing him, like, do his John Wall dance on, like, the intros. Like, everyone from North Carolina, especially guards, was a huge John Wall fan. And he did his thing out here, and that's really all I remember coming from him, and then that championship they won. So I can't say I was a huge Kentucky fan because I grew up, in North Carolina. Like, the thing was either North Carolina or Duke. And for me, I was a Tar Heels fan, but Kentucky's like one of those schools you dream of going to. And, so after John Wall did it, it was just cool to see that, I'm here, so I still support it.
All right, then we'll go to Jeff Drummond, and the last call if somebody's got a question after that. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, Davion, I was wondering, having played for a really good program like Creighton, you probably, I would think, relish the opportunity to get your shots at a program like Kentucky or North Carolina, like you said, those opportunities to play. Now you're kind of on the other side of things. What do you think it'll be like kind of being the hunted now and having that bullseye?
Oh, yeah. I think that's exciting because I come from a guy that wanted to hunt down programs like this. Like, wanted to play those. Obviously, Creighton was a great school and a great basketball program, but this is just a little different. I mean, it's so now being on the other end, like you said, I know what and how those other guys are feeling, so it just gives me more motivation to do what I have to do every night because I know that eagerness they have to play us every night. So I think it's cool and I'm ready for it.
All right, we're going to end off with Patrick Dallahan. Go ahead, Patrick.
Hi. How do you think transferring from Creighton to Kentucky will help your draft stock playing against SEC competition this year?
We'll just have to see. I think it'll do really well. I mean, I can't do anything at this point but improve. Kate came from a great program where shooting was very important. I mean, everyone knows the slogan, let it fly. And that's what they prepared me to do, shoot the ball really well. And, from here, I think that with playing at that level, playing in a physical conference, and then coming here, just being prepared and knowing what, it takes to be successful, I think that it can do nothing but elevate me at this point.